It's a real man here, using shop towels.
What's up, Michael?
About to get greasy. Let's see if I can do the rear sway bar in the time that takes you to do the front sway bar. Whenever you're here, I can't do anything. Oh yeah, oh yeah, I think I can handle this one.
I know you can, because we already looked at it.
2 bolts, 2 bolts. Let's take the end link off, done. I got it. I'm even gonna use my fancy tools for this one.
All right, so we got the bumper cover back on. It fit, no interference. You okay, Mike? You just hip check that there drawer. That didn't feel good, huh? Clearance wasn't the issue we thought it could be. It fit just barely. There's probably a 1/4 inch of clearance between the crash bar and the bumper cover, so everything's back together. We also put in the little carbon fiber piece that goes across the radiator support. It looks real nice. We'll show you that later. We get the car up in the air because we're going to swap sway bars. The front one requires quite a bit. The rear, Matt took on that project. It's about 5-10 minutes worth. He said we're going to race. I do the front, he does the back, but I have to pull the cross member and all that, so I think he'll beat me. Anyway, so I'm going to work on that now. I've got the end links already detached, taken off. Also, where the sway bar attaches to the subframe, I've taken those off. There was no way to snake it out. So what we have to do is lower the subframe enough, take the cat off, or the downpipe. I think it might be easy to take the whole downpipe off. I'll probably take these, yeah, I'll take those bolts loose, take the whole downpipe off. And then what will happen, I believe, is we lower the subframe, the sway bar will come out like this, out the back side. So that's the thought anyway. And try it out, see what's up, Mike.
Good luck.
I just had my almonds, a little coffee, ready to go. So.
It's a good lunch.
Yeah, excellent lunch. Yeah, almonds are good for you, Mike.
Not sure, I don't think carnivore allows almonds.
I'm not carnivore, Mike.
Okay,
I'm paleo.
I got you.
I switched. I didn't tell you. Now I eat meats, cheeses, vegetables, and nuts.
Nice.
There you go. Trying to stay more normal. The carnivore, I don't think I can do it forever. I did it for about a month and a half, 2 months. Felt good, still feel great. But I'm not eating carbs and I'm not eating sugar. Except for those cinnamon rolls that I might have had on the way back in the outlet. That's all, just a few cinnamon rolls. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure my body could still handle the sugars, you know? All right, Mike. This is, I'm gonna pull the downpipe off. It feels like we just put this on. We should do these things in an order that, you know, we become experts at the installation.
You feel complete day to day, you know?
Yeah.
We did need to drive it around the block.
Yeah, just to make sure what we'd done, we proofed it.
Yep.
Mike said you got up to like 60 miles an hour.
Yep. He's got some juice.
Yeah. No issues. Things still good. So pull this off. I just feel like I just had this off too.
So our sway bar has a lot of bolts to it. What is this pink crap, man? What is that pink crap they put on the bolts?
I know. Look, it got on my cell phone case and stained it. They won't come off.
Yeah.
Remember, I had the same issue in the front.
Yeah. Well, you had the brake.
Yeah.
Brake, whatever.
But it's the same
Fluid
pink
was
stuff.
making it even worse.
Yeah, I can see it on these too.
Yeah. It's like it's the mark that the bolt's on, I think.
I guess. Seems like a whole lot on there for that.
Always more fun using fancy tools. Look at these things, they're so good. This has been my goal.
What?
I get my own tools.
As opposed to what?
As opposed to you got to use a different set of tools than I do.
Why?
I don't know, it just feels better to me.
It's just better to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a better thing.
It's like a,
I don't want my tools to be used so much, you know?
yeah. You want them to maintain their shiny brilliance without getting
Yeah.
marred up. I understand. It's not because I'm grubby or anything.
We'll have like a used tool set and like a Mormon tool set, you know?
A U tool set and a what?
Used, like
Oh,
ones that
used.
we actually use.
Yeah. Oh, I see. What
And
you're
then
saying.
ones
Yeah,
that
yeah. I got
I
you.
kind of use sometimes. Like if I want to test something out and look good on camera. That's what we need. A lot of bolts for a sway bar. I'm gonna take the wheels off, I think. So I'm gonna have to drop
Well, that
this.
really complicates things. Pull the wheels off. I just have to pull the frame.
Jeez. How the heck they get this thing in here? It's so close, but not. Take the drive shaft off to get this thing in? Or the axles?
You got to pull the rear subframe.
Look at that. It's like right there. Unless I'm just stupid or something. Like, come on. Gosh, it's so close.
I love that you took this on. You're like, yeah, I'll just do the rear. It'll be easy. Yeah,
2 seconds,
I'll
yeah.
beat you.
Well, the other thing I can do is just drop the shock right here. There's no.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I think you probably would have to do. It's right there.
Yeah.
We can do it. Hang on. Now, I don't know if we get the new one in, but there it is.
Boom. Yeah, I think the other one is not going in. I'm gonna take that off.
Might. Just mark this stupid thing and put it the center back right where it was, and just pull this, and it'll go right in. Because you just need to pull this down. Just mark it with a pen. It'll go right back. It'll be close enough to drive.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna have to change this anyway.
Yeah, just do that.
Or maybe it's.
And it'll be a no-brainer. It'll go right in. Gotta move some more things to get clearance for the sway bar to come out.
The sway bar end links on. So we dropped off the rear control arm here and just dropped it out so I could get this sway bar in. And now I'm putting the white line sway bar end links on. Replace these.
Trying to figure out what the best course action is here. If I pull this, right now we're hanging off of this other bracket right here. Goes to the transmission. So I'm trying to think how I'm going to get that bolt out.
Yes.
You can see it right here, Michael. Well, see this piece here? This here? That right there should be this bolt right here. Or that one there to get it to drop further. This side's really pretty far down already. It's this side that's hung up. And I need to, I don't know if there are any other mixture. I don't have any hard lines that are being pulled on. That's a flexible line right there. Sway bar's done up front. So it was a little tricky, but not too bad. So I ended up pulling the subframe loose. There's 2 nuts here. There's 2 big bolts here. Actually, I still have the 2 little hanger bolts right here that the subframe kind of clips to here. But the downpipe's back in, the cross member's back in. What else did I have to do? I had to put the obviously the end links in for the sway bar. Those are done. But those are adjustable, so we'll kind of probably get them adjusted when we do the suspension. But yeah, it was a little finesse to get in there. Matt challenged me to a race. He was going to do the easy back one, and I'm doing the hard front one. He's still working on the back. So what do you think?
Wow.
he's had a little bit. Well, Katie Bell called him to get some permission to go dancing.
Oh, okay.
You know, so that took some time. So some decision making there. Ultimately, it wasn't Matt's decision, it was Michelle's, but There was counseling that had to be had over here. So that's done. I used Matt's help because I pulled on the subframe loose and then he pulled it out because it was kind of a two-man. I mean, I could have probably used like some screw jack or something, but you know, Matty worked just fine. So those, hit these and this, I'll come back and get the torque wrench and torque the subframe bolts and everything. I have to look that up. They're probably very tight. I did use this, but I'll double check them. I don't want to over tighten them or under tighten them. Anyway, shall we go back and see what Matty's up to back here?
Saving.
Yeah. So what do you have left to do here? End links?
Yep.
And then put this bolt back in?
Like all this extra sway bar I'm gonna get to do here.
Since you marked it, it should be right on where it was. I mean, you're gonna have to have it aligned anyway, but.
Okay, today's project is to do the binary engineering lowered seat brackets. So we can lower the seat about 1 inch. I screwed up, I should have bought the ones for the passenger seat as well, but super simple. Take the seat out. You gotta take the center console out to get to the center bolt there. The one inside bolt, and then easy swap. So these little brackets come off, new brackets go on. That's how it works. You need 2 people. Let me get on the other side.
That'd be nice.
All right, so you can see bolt right there. All nice and lined up. New brackets for us tallies. So I was gonna do a JDM strut tower brace, but I like the white line in the rear. It's black and it's adjustable, so you can torque it down. So I'm taking the spare out. That'll trigger some people. Drop all that weight off the car. Forgot about this. I'm not used to having a spare
That's
even
like
as an option.
35 pounds probably.
Right, yeah. So we'll put that in the pile of OE parts.
Take the jack out too.
Yeah, definitely. If I have a flat, I'm calling Mike to bring the trailer. We're gonna trailer it. That's the plan. So we're gonna have to cut the carpet. It's part of the deal. And my suspension hasn't shipped yet, so I was thinking about leaving this off, but let's put it back together. Who knows when we do that. I'm gonna drive the darn thing. All right, so I'm gonna take all the carpeting out, take all the little panels off. We'll make it so that the carpet can come out and go back in place so we can stencil it out and make a nice clean little trim. About to cut some OE carpets, Mike. That's gonna make some people some real triggered.
I know.
Real sad.
That's all right.
It makes me happy.
Kind of a low budget beater car anyway.
Yep. Oh.
Something like that. So I'll probably have to have all this sticking out.
Yeah. Figures it's all hard, you can't feel it.
Yeah. I can't, right? Right there. So we kind of work our way at it,
Yep.
chip away at it. Right on, look at that. Okay, so now I'm gonna kind of figure out what shape to take out of this thing. It's got to go so the studs right where we want, and we got to take some of this out.
So I'd say make like a,
I'll go forward of it for that piece,
yeah, just like a little
and then we'll
oval.
just chip away at it.
Nice little strut tower brace. It's gonna give me all kinds of extra support. It's for speed. Cornering. Nice. I like it.
I'm gonna eat my hamburger patties.
Yeah, I need to eat something. All right, I got us a strut tower brace here, fellas. Looks pretty sweet. That's the white line carbon strut tower brace. Hooks the part.
Pretty nice.
So we added a pound back in from the 50 pounds we took out.
Okay, so the strut tower brace is finished. Matt filmed that, so if it's a little janky footage, it's not up to Waba spec, but we got it installed. It looks good. So what do I got left? I've got the timing belt, the balancer belt, serpentine belt to do. I actually bought and just received all the tools to do the timing belt. So this is a tensioner tool, and this locks in the two camshaft sprockets, and this is for the tensioner adjust, and there's actually a couple extras. It came with this one too, but from what I read, these pins break on this one, so I ordered a separate one. Anyway, so that's got to be done. Yeah, it's for Hyundai and Mitsubishi. I didn't know Mitsubishi and Hyundai were using the same components. What else do we have? We have, okay, so these are front lower control arm bushings. Then we have the tie rod ends. These bushings go in the rear. Timing cover gets installed when I do the timing belt. What else we have? Oh, we have the reservoir for the power steering. I will be moving that out of the way to get to the timing belt and do all that, so I'll do this at that time. What do we have here? We have, this is a fuel pressure regulator, a new, nicer looking fuel rail. That's pretty trick looking. So that to do. Also, blow off valve so Matt can hear his whoosh, whoosh every time he lets off the throttle. That's in here, so that still has to go.
He said he was going to drive in second gear.
Yeah, he's going to do that and then just whoosh, whoosh everything. I know, neighbors are going to love him. What else we have? What is all this stuff? Oh, this is all the AN fittings for installing the catch can, which I bolted the catch can underneath the car. You'll see that. And what do we have here is the reservoir for the coolant. I already did that. That's going to storage. This is the ACD reservoir. Speaking to ACD, so there is a specific bleed procedure that we followed and did it many, many, many times. Someone had mentioned in the comments, hey, you don't just drain and refill, which we kind of knew that. Matt took it out, wanted to make a couple of hot laps. Obviously, the 3 lights went on because it hadn't been bled. Brought it back here and bled it multiple times. And by doing it, the way we did it was turn the ignition to run but not start it, hold the throttle down all the way, ACD pump kicks on, it lasts for about 30 seconds, crack the bleeder on the transfer case, you got a tiny bit of air, but then solid fluid streaming. And drove it again, lights came on again, came back, bled it again, ran probably a quart of ATF through it with no air coming out of it. So I'm thinking maybe driving it would help engage it, maybe we'd find some air through there. Nothing. There's multiple things it could be. I think I read that it could be a bunch of different, it could be a wheel speed sensor, it could be ABS issues, it could be the pressure sensor on the ACD pump, it could be there's a proportioning valve that's on the pump, it could be. So I took the ACD out, took it all apart, found nothing wrong with it. It's a brand new car. So either something failed, a sensor failed, maybe there's air still in the system. Someone had mentioned using a tool through the OBD2 port and causing the ACD pump to then run and cycle it that way. I don't know what the difference would be doing it that way versus just doing it with a throttle, because it's ultimately doing the same thing. The pump runs, it pressurizes, you crack the bleeder, fluid runs out until it times out, and then you do it over again. So I don't know what the tool that they're talking about using through the OBD, I don't know what that would change in the bleed procedure. If there's something I'm not thinking about, then please educate me. I've been on the forum looking. Most people do it the way we did it, and some people have mentioned using the tool. So anyway, so Pump looks perfect. I see where many of these pumps corrode because of where it is. Ours doesn't have that issue. It looks like brand new. And it's like it's flowing. I just never hear pressure build. It runs. Usually you would think it would build pressure, change pitch, and then shut off when it reaches a certain pressure. Ours is not doing that. So I have to dig further into it. I'm not, done yet with it. I will figure out what's going on with it. It's just a matter of time. So that's kind of where we're at with it right now. We've got a bunch more stuff to do, but yeah, the car's going to dry ice. We're getting it completely cleaned. There was some talk of maybe dry icing and possibly, depending on what's under the dry ice, we may paint some of that sound deadening that they spray on the bottom of the car. We may paint that body color in the fender wells, and we'll have to see when we get it dry, see what it looks like, and then we can start working on it. We can do the suspension stuff, get the time belt on, all that kind of stuff, and then all these other fun parts to do. And I know Matt's probably ordered some more that aren't far behind. So I think we're going to end up doing a turbo in it and a tune. He's got a good guy to tune it. I think he's in Jacksonville, if I remember correctly. So that guy will do it too. Big Mitsubishi tech, yeah. Mike, it's what I do, Mike. You didn't know I was a Mitsubishi technician in my previous career? Yeah, I didn't know either, but I am now. Well, some of this stuff I'll be doing 4 and 5 times, I'm sure, because Matt's going to upgrade and then upgrade again, and then maybe upgrade some more. So anyway, just want to give you guys an update. Yeah, like and absolutely, you must subscribe, because if you don't subscribe, then I'm not, there's no appeal to me, and then Matt will just get rid of me. So I need you to subscribe so it looks like I'm contributing. All right.